Imagine if everything you own, from the clothes on your back to the food on your plate, wasn't defined by what you can afford, but by how well you understand the meaning of money. What if your financial choices were not just about what you have, but reflected something deeper? Studies show that over 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, regardless of income level, and nearly 70% say money is their top source of stress, according to the American Psychological Association. We are surrounded by money, yet few of us truly grasp its value. Today, we are diving into one of the most powerful but misunderstood forces in our lives: the value of money. We work for it, spend it, save it, and even obsess over it. But as billionaire investor Warren Buffett famously said, if you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things you do need. Could it be that we are caught in a cycle, spending without ever truly understanding the cost of each dollar? Let us explore the hidden truths about money that few of us ever consider. For many of us, our first encounter with money is almost magical. Studies show that even from a young age, children develop a sense of the power money holds. According to research published in the Journal of Economic Psychology, children as young as 5 begin to understand that money can be used to obtain things they desire, and by age 7, they often equate money with independence. Imagine the excitement of holding $1, knowing it could mean candy, a toy, or the freedom to choose something special. These simple, seemingly innocent transactions embed a powerful lesson that money represents possibilities and perhaps even power. But what if this early magic comes with a hidden cost? As children, we are rarely taught that money is not just a tool to be spent, but a resource that can be valued and grown. The renowned investor Warren Buffett once said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." Yet, how often do we grow up with this perspective? For most of us, saving feels strange in those early years. Money is simply a way to satisfy our desires in the moment, and unknowingly, we may carry that view well into adulthood. Consider this. Research shows that childhood financial habits are deeply influential, with many of us internalizing these early lessons as our blueprint for financial behavior. In a survey by the University of Cambridge, researchers found that by age 7, children's money habits are already established. So for those of us whose first interactions with money taught us to spend freely, that foundational view can shape how we handle our finances for decades. Maybe we don't realize it, but when we were spending those first dollars, we were also forming a mindset, a belief that money's main purpose is to be spent, not valued. And as we grow, we often continue this pattern, unaware of how it limits us. Like that quote from Buffett suggests, when we fail to respect and prioritize money, we may end up chasing it our whole lives, never truly understanding its worth. Fast forward to adulthood. Now the stakes are higher. We are no longer spending on candy and toys, but on homes, cars, and experiences. Things we are told represent success and fulfillment. It's the American dream, the good life, the image we see splashed across social media and advertisements. But here is the catch. As our spending grows, our understanding of money's true value often doesn't. The numbers back this up. In a study by the National Endowment for Financial Education, 70% of lottery winners end up broke within a few years. How is it that sudden wealth often fades as quickly as it arrives? It seems that without a strong understanding of money's real worth, we can lose it just as fast as we gain it. As we buy more and spend more, many of us get caught in a powerful trap. The illusion of wealth. We chase after it, believe it will bring us happiness, freedom, and status. But do these purchases truly fulfill us? Philosopher and writer Alan Watts once said, "You cannot make yourself happy by accumulating more money or possessions." And indeed, research in behavioral science consistently shows that once basic needs are met, more money has a surprisingly small effect on our happiness. In fact, a study by Princeton University found that beyond a certain income, around $75,000 in the US, additional income doesn't significantly improve our day-to-day happiness. Yet, despite these findings, many of us continue to chase material wealth, believing it will lead to lasting contentment. Consider this. As we fill our lives with possessions, we often find ourselves filling our minds with stress too. With every purchase comes responsibility. maintenance, debt, the pressure to keep up appearances. And sometimes, as we chase what looks like wealth, we are actually giving away our freedom. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill, a cycle where people adapt quickly to new acquisitions, constantly seeking the next purchase to maintain their sense of satisfaction. So, why do so many wealthy people still feel unfulfilled? What is missing here? Perhaps it is that, in this pursuit of material wealth, we overlook what truly brings value to our lives: relationships, purpose, peace of mind. True wealth, as financial expert Dave Ramsey puts it, is not an amount of money. It is a state of mind. But until we begin to question what really adds meaning to our lives, we remain in the grip of this illusion, forever chasing more without truly understanding what we are searching for. Let us take a look at some real stories. People who on paper had it all: the six-figure salary, the big house, the dream life, yet behind closed doors they were drowning in debt, feeling empty, and realizing that money by itself didn't give them what they truly needed. Why? Because money, when seen only as a number, loses its value. When we buy things without a true understanding of their worth, we are simply filling a void, not creating real value. So, how do we learn the true value of money? It starts with one fundamental shift: understanding that money is more than currency. It is a reflection of your time, your energy, your choices, and ultimately your values. We often think of money simply as numbers in an account, but in reality, each dollar has a deeper meaning. It represents the hours of your life you have traded away, the effort you have poured into your work, the moments you have missed. Studies show that this connection between money and time is critical to financial satisfaction. Research from the Harvard Business Review found that people who prioritize time over money tend to experience higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. Why? Because they understand that time is a finite resource, one that cannot be bought back, no matter how wealthy you become. Consider this: every dollar you spend represents a piece of your life. As author Joe Dominguez wrote in Your Money or Your Life, money is something we choose to trade our life energy for. This perspective shifts money from being just a number to being a symbol of your limited time and effort. So the next time you reach for your wallet, ask yourself, is this worth the hours of my life I traded to earn this money? Does this bring real value to my life, or is it just a fleeting desire? This mindset shift can have profound effects. Behavioral economists have found that people who evaluate their purchases based on their life values are more financially stable and happier with their spending. When we spend without thinking, it is easy to get caught in what is called the consumption trap, a cycle of buying things to feel momentary pleasure, which quickly fades and leaves us wanting more. But when we consider what each purchase truly represents, we start to see the hidden cost of impulsive spending. We begin to ask questions that go beyond price tags and look at the true worth of our choices. The legendary investor Warren Buffett captures this perfectly, saying, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." So instead of focusing solely on the price, consider the value that each purchase brings into your life. Is it aligned with what truly matters to you, or is it simply satisfying a temporary urge? Shifting our mindset this way allows us to treat money with respect and intentionality, not just as a tool for spending, but as a resource for creating freedom, choices, and lasting satisfaction. When we start seeing money in this way, it becomes more than just something to acquire or spend. It becomes something we use to build a life we truly value. And in doing so, we gain something far more precious: the freedom to live a life that aligns with our truest self. In today's world, convenience is king. Everything is just a click away: food, clothes, even loans. But what we often don't realize is that the convenience we pay for today can cost us tomorrow. A coffee here, a streaming subscription there, it all adds up. And slowly, we find ourselves spending more on what is easy rather than on what is valuable. When we stop valuing our money, we are not just losing cash, we are losing freedom. We are trading our future choices for momentary ease. Ironically, those who spend the most time reflecting on the value of their money often feel wealthier, even if they have less. They understand something fundamental: that money, when respected, has the power to create freedom, opportunities, and choices. But when we treat money as an endless resource, we become enslaved by it. We find ourselves constantly working, spending, and needing more, never truly feeling like we have enough. So how do we learn the value of money? It is about more than just budgeting or saving. It is about redefining what we value and understanding that money should be a tool, not a trap. Every dollar we spend, every purchase we make, should align with what we truly value. Because when we understand money's worth, it stops controlling us and starts working for us. Perhaps the real question isn't, how much money do you have, but rather, how much value does your money bring to your life? Thanks for watching. If you found value in this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with others who might need to rethink their relationship with money. Remember, the value of money is a journey, and it starts with awareness.